Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you saw my last video, you saw that I replaced the taillights with the Corvette Envy Halo taillights. These are the unmodded version, so the whole light does light up at night. So today's video isn't completely necessary for the unmodded version, but if you did get the modded version, you're gonna need the Corvette Envy Hyperflash Harness. So if you have any questions on how this actually gets installed, that's what today's video is for, so let's get into it. So this is the Corvette Envy C5 Corvette Hyperflash Harness itself. Comes with the 2 harness clips and this little magic black box that does all the work. Comes with simple instructions, but today's video I'm just going to go over these instructions on how to do it. The 2 tools that you will need, as it shows here, is a T15 screwdriver and just a simple little flat blade screwdriver. So just a quick summary of what needs to be done. We need to remove this cover. There's a torque screw behind here. Also on the other side of the steering wheel, there is your air temperature sensor. You need to remove that cover. There's a torque screw behind there as well. And then also underneath the knee well here, there's a T10 screw there and another one there. So you need to remove those 4 screws. Again, one here, 1 behind the air sensor, and 2 underneath your knee pad here. Okay, now to get this cover off, all you have to do is just simply put your flathead blade screwdriver in there. That'll pop right out. That will reveal your harness here. Now all you have to do is pull that tab, pull this out, and then now this is released. Set this to the side for later, and then right behind here is your torque screw that you need to undo and pull out. Okay, now with that screw undone, you come over to your air temperature sensor, you do the same thing, flat blade screwdriver in here, that'll pop right out, and that reveals another Torx screw that you need to undo. Okay, now with that Torx screw undone, now we can move down to the 2 screws that are underneath the knee pad here. Alright, now to remove the knee pad, there's 2 clips that are very similar to like this type of connection. So all they do is they push in. So all you have to do is just pull this knee pad out from this side. There's one up high and another one down a little bit lower. So all you have to do is just pull this straight towards you, and then that unclips. Sounds like it's gonna break, but it won't. And then once you have that done, then you need to come back over to this sensor over here, or this plug over here, and then work this side of the knee pad down. And I'm gonna have to use 2 hands to do this, but once you get this down far enough, that'll expose the plug for your sensor and you can unplug that. Okay, so here's the knee pad pretty much removed. All you have to do is just push the sensor out through the hole, and then you're gonna see on the back side is that little clip there. You just pull this little piece out, looks like. Alright, and then once you pull that little piece out a little bit, you can pull this connector out, just like so. Then just keep this off to the side, pull this down and out of the way, and then now our knee pad is removed, exposing all the wiring underneath. And then you see our harness right there. That's the harness that we need to undo and plug our Hyperflash harness into. Alright, so now when you look at this harness, it's pretty simple. There is a clip on the side here. You just need to push that in and pull apart all at the same time. There you go. That disconnects both sides. And then you get the Corvette Envy harness here, and then all you have to do is plug this side into there, plug that side into there, and you're all done. So just click that in, it clicks, click this side in, it clicks, and then all you need to do is just stuff all that back up in there, and now you're done. And then all you have to do is reverse the whole process that we just did to put everything back together. Okay, so I already put the air sensor back in. Now just to show you on that left side, those are your two clips there that I was mentioning on the left hand side, and then those popped in right here, and then the top one was right there. So those were the two that I was mentioning before about how you just have to pull straight out. Those are the two that I was referring to. So now all we have to do is just slide all this back in the same way that it came out, reconnect everything, and we're all good. Obviously, when you put this back in on this side, just make sure you pull this harness out here first, or else you're going to forget, and then you have to pull it back apart again. So let's get it back together. Alright, so this side is up back into position, and this side, like I said, just before you push this back together, just make sure you pull this harness out so that it makes it easier to plug everything back in. And then these just push, click one, push, click number two. And these are now, this whole thing is back in there. I mean now, so you just have to put your 4 screws back in, 1, 2, and the 2 that are on the bottom. So let me get into putting those back in, and then that will be it. Okay, so that's going to do it for today's video. Now, like I said in my previous video, if you have the unmodded Corvette Envy taillights, you don't necessarily need the Hyperflash harness. I did not have any issue. I do not know if anybody else has ever had an issue if they had the unmodded taillights, but if you do get the modded taillights, you definitely need the Hyperflash harness. Also, in the future, I plan on getting some switchbacks, so if you do the switchbacks, you also need a Hyperflash harness. Or you can do resistors, but honestly, this took, what, 5 minutes to put in. It's one device that you need to plug in. Granted, it's probably a little bit more money than getting resistors, but the simplicity of it, it's very hard to beat. So that's going to do it for today's video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Thank you, and have a great day.